Hello world, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I want to give you 7 simple steps on how to get started if you want to become a software developer. So let's dive in. First, before we get started talking about the 7 simple steps on how to begin your journey as a software developer, let me first tell you this. If you have been following the trend, you will notice that over the last 20 to 25 years, the software development industry has exploded, and new startups has been coming up from all over the world on a yearly basis. And now people think that becoming a software developer is a good career choice and they don't want to miss out. The truth is that software development in general can be fun and very challenging. But if you're not up for the challenge, then this is not a career for you. Because in a time like this, where more and more people are becoming software developers, it is no longer enough to become just a software developer. And this has led to many developers learning more than one programming language or more than one framework to be able to differentiate themselves from other developers. Again, over the last couple of decades, we have seen more and more programming languages being developed, trying to fix issues other programming languages are lacking. And also, we have seen more and more frameworks being developed, trying to fix issues other frameworks are lacking. All this has led to huge amount of choices, opinions, and resources, and have naturally made starting to learn to code very difficult because most beginners are looking for the best framework or the best programming language to get started with. However, since I have been learning to code before now, I am likely to have my own suggestions and my own opinions on how to get started learning how to code. So, here are my 7 step suggestions on how to get started. Step number 1, choose your career track. You see, software development is like a field, and to be able to grow and progress in the field, you have to choose your own track. There is no way on earth you can be able to learn everything in the industry. So before you begin, I advise you to just pick a track. Go through all the tracks in software development and see the track that best suits you. Whether it is web development, Android development, data science, maybe machine learning or blockchain, just pick a track before you begin. Step number 2, pick a programming language for your track. You see, this is the point where most beginners start looking for the best programming language or the best framework to begin with. A good programmer will always remain a good programmer, regardless of the programming language you choose. You see, I'm not actually telling you here to pick a specific programming language for any reason, but the truth is, if you pick any programming language, it helps you to understand the core concept of programming. So this makes it easy to pick the next programming language. In summary, all I'm saying here is, if you want to become a web developer, you can start with HTML and CSS. And if you want to become an Android developer, you can start with Kotlin or Java. If you want to become a cross-platform mobile developer, you can start with React Native or Flutter. And if you want to become a data scientist, you can start with R or Python. But all I'm saying here is, you should just pick a language that is designed for your specific track before you begin. Step number 3, developing a growth mindset to learning software engineering. You see, this has a lot to do when it comes to learning to code, because the journey ahead is not an easy one. You're going to face with a lot of frustration and a lot of difficulties. In as much as the industry is fun, it is still very difficult. And even while you're coding, you are going to run into some errors that you might not be able to solve by yourself. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have coded for straight 2 hours without needing to Google something. It's either I am forgetting something or the concept I'm trying to implement is not working. But I don't have to hit myself over and over again because I have developed a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset makes you believe that your skills, your abilities, and your passion can develop over time. I have heard some new developers who are just starting out complain that the software development industry is very difficult and they might not be able to learn it. This kind of people have fixed mindsets. A fixed-minded person believes that coding is hard and they might not be able to learn it. This kind of people, they don't like struggling with coding problems, and even they don't like struggling with math problems. To be able to grow in the industry, you need to enjoy failing. You need to enjoy debugging errors because these are part of the process. Step number 4, finding a good learning resource to start. Currently, there are tons of resources to start learning to code, and most of them are free. But how to filter through these resources to find the ones that are best worth your time might be a bit stressful. There are 4 categories of resources to start learning to code. One is through book. The second one is through video tutorials. The third one is through paid courses, and the fourth one is through technical blogs. You just have to choose the best category that suits your learning style. But if you're choosing to learn to code through book, I'll advise you to just make sure that the book you're using to learn to code is not updated and it's reset, because languages change and languages get updated on a regular basis. I have come to realize that for most beginners, videos happen to be their most preferred way for learning to code. And not just only coding, even for other skills. And YouTube happens to be the first place to go to because it's a free resource. But if you're looking for a paid course, then you can move over to Udemy or to Code Academy and Audacity to get some premium paid courses. And for technical blogs, a simple googling of how to start learning JavaScript or Java or Kotlin or whatever programming language you want to start is a good place to start with. And let me warn you beforehand that most instructors' teaching style might not resonate with your own learning style. So I advise you to filter through and find the instructor that has a teaching style that resonates with your learning style before you move on. And step number 5, where to start specifically if you don't have any track in mind. Like I have said before, different software development track requires different starting points. But if you don't have any track in mind, then you can start with JavaScript. I am by no means telling you that JavaScript is the best place to start, but I strongly recommend starting with JavaScript and Python as second recommendation. The reason I recommend starting with JavaScript is because the community is huge and there are a lot of free tutorials on YouTube and free articles that covers almost every aspect of JavaScript. And also there are lots of Stack Overflow trends on every aspect of JavaScript you can think of. Again, JavaScript runs on all platforms, the web, the desktop, and the mobile, and you don't need to install anything to start using JavaScript. It's that simple. And the reason I recommended Python as second recommendation is because Python is easy to learn and is beginner friendly. In case you don't want to start with JavaScript or Python and you want to start with a programming language based on your track, just simple Google how to start learning maybe Kotlin or how to start learning Java. It's a good place to start. Step number 6, learn the core language first before learning a framework. Frameworks makes life easier and they help you get things done faster compared to the core language. But the truth is, I advise beginners to learn the core language first before learning a framework because frameworks comes and go, but the core language remains. Step number 7, how to get unblocked while learning to code. This step is very important because you're definitely not expecting to have a smooth ride while learning to code. You're definitely going to be blocked, and so you have to learn a way to get unblocked. So once you have chosen a programming language and you have started learning to code, some things are going to be obvious and easy for you to understand, while some are going to be difficult, and you're definitely going to run into some troubles and some errors that you might not be able to solve. This is normal and part of the process. You're actually not going to learn anything until you get blocked and you struggle through the process. At some point, you're going to be blocked and you might not be able to move forward unless with someone else's help. So this is why I talked about the growth mindset earlier, because this is the point where most beginners quit. The truth is, when you're blocked, just forget about book, because books does not cover every little errors that you're going to face throughout the journey. So if you're looking for help on how to get unblocked, online is the best place to look for help. To get unblocked, it is common within developers to look up solution at Stack Overflow or just Google the error message and get solutions from some technical articles. Or you can just ask a developer that is close to you to help you out. When you get the solution to the error, I'll advise that you try to understand the code before you move on. Don't just copy the code from the solution into the snippet and continue, because next time you might run into the same problem again, and if you don't understand how you solve the problem now, you will then need to Google it again and start asking for help again next time, which is bad habit. Finally, I have come to realize that the brain has two moods. One is the focus mood and the second is the refused mood. The focus mood is when you're learning, when you're coding, or when you're being productive. That's you're in the focus mood. And when you're working, or when you're sleeping, and when you're relaxing, you're in the refused mood. And as a programmer, you need to be switching between the two moods to be able to solve problems. So when you're coding and you're running into some errors that you cannot be able to solve, maybe you have tried for like 30 minutes to 1 hour and you're not able to solve the problem, I will advise you to take a break, maybe sleep or take a walk, and allow your brain to switch back to the refused mood before you come back again. So that's it. I hope this guide helps you. And again, this is not the best guide out there, but this guide has helped me to get started, and it has helped me to help other developers that are coming into the industry for the first time. Also, if you think you have any comment or any suggestions to add to this guide, or you think you disagree with any part in this video, please use the comment box and let me hear your opinions. And if you think you like this video, please help the YouTube algorithm to discover this video and recommend it to other developers that are just starting out, that don't know where to begin, by hitting the thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. Thank you.